spot down here that I knew we left, and my dad was going to get dirt in it and all that, and it's just, it's a lot of dirt that you have to haul down here, so we seeded over it, and we planned on digging a cove, so that's what we're going to do today. We finally got a lot of settlement out of our pipe, out of our overflow, so I'm going to throw some of the dirt up here, but basically I'm just going to go down here and cut a cove. We're going to make a pretty good sized cove and basically lose the low spot. Here from before, but heck, it's frozen. It's pretty cold today. But basically, there's a low spot kind of right here going down to the pond, so I'm basically just going to cut the dirt out and get rid of the low spot, and it'll give him a little bit more pond. So he can get down here at the wheel machine. We're going to find out. If he can get down here with it. I mean, it looks like he can probably get to here. This looks pretty dry right there, so it'll save me a trip going all the way up. Maybe it's stuff in the pile. I'll throw it on top of that. Help try to keep it dry material to work with. There, I want to make sure that he's able to get down here. So, put a little bit over the trench while I'm waiting for him to make sure he can get down here. That's pretty dry up there. I would think he could get down here with that wheel machine. He's still getting off. Looks like he just got off the trailer. Might just be wet, heavy clay. I'd say wet, heavy clay. It didn't want to come out of the bucket. Because it is fighting like it's going out of style. Maybe you can kind of see what I'm going for here. I'm actually trying to get over to like in between those two pink flags. I don't know if you can see them over there. I want to round that off, or even round this off and take this nub off here where that last pink flag is over there. But this stuff, I'm guessing that this is a portion of the old pond that was in here. Everybody says years ago there was a pond in here, and I can't hardly get up out of here. It's so mucky, and this stuff is so wet and heavy. I'm glad I just brought my 72-inch bucket, but I think I'm gonna have to let it dry out tomorrow. And then I may run up here Sunday, and I'm probably going to bring the Mini, because I don't know if you can hear the Kubota bogging, but anytime I'm in mucky stuff and the undercarriage gets all, you know, mucked up and all that, this thing you cannot multi-function at all. Like if you're trying to run the bucket and track at the same time, good luck. But I guarantee I get out and my tracks are full of mud. And anytime this machine has that, it just loses power. And I know what my buddy's going to say. He's going to watch video and be like, "Did you go check the pressure?" No, I didn't. I haven't had time. That falls under the category they should have had it right before they sold it. But anyways, yes, I need to check pressure. I just got a digital hydraulic gauge. Had one on order, and it took a while to get. I don't know why. It said it was in stock. I ordered it, and then it took a while. So I did just get a hydraulic gauge. I need to go get some fittings, and I'm gonna check my pressure on this, at least up the quick coupler, and see what my pressure is. Maybe my pressure's low. I don't know. And see, I can't even push into this pile. Like, my tracks are sucking, I don't know, 8 or 10 inches. but you would think that I could push into that pile. You would think that I could back up this hill. Can you hear that? Machine's bogging. That should, now I'm sliding around because I stopped. Mucky. I'm probably just gonna have to let that stuff sit down there, and I'll just have to move it with the hoe. That way I can move down, throw it up. I can just lay it back into a pile. Dad's got a big pile of stuff here to move anyways. But see, I'm trying to track forward, and in multifunction, it doesn't want to do it. Moving down and turning. I mean, even turning. I don't know. I wish it wouldn't bog down when I'm in mucky stuff, because I can't afford to take off and not work when it's wet and muddy. On the flip side, I can't, every hour or so, I can't get out and clean the undercarriage out. It's just not feasible. Should have enough power to operate the machine. Alright, I'm just going to have to stop trying to come in here. I mean, I know that stuff's mucky, but come on. You're going to make it to where I can't track around without bogging down. But anyways, there's no way I can get that stuff out. So I'm going to have to bring the excavator, because I'd like to get that cove dug down to that water line and just lay it back, pull it back from the water line, and then kind of come up from there. Well, I think I'm going to go up and get a shovel. I'm going to clean out my undercarriage, and then I'm going to help Dad here truck the rest of the dirt up here to the far side. And then we will be back in a couple days with the excavator. It'll be the next day probably for you guys, but we'll come up with the excavator and we'll finish this little project out. Hopefully it'll be a little drier then, and I can throw the stuff up far enough to where Dad can come up with his wheeled skid loader and get the material moved. So I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.